Well, hey everybody, this is Chris DiFurio with Keys to the Shop. Welcome to another edition of Shift Break. Now, today's episode is brought to you by La Marzocco, the espresso machine company that you probably have heard of. I mean, they're kind of a household name in coffee for a reason. For nearly 100 years, they have been making espresso machines by hand in Florence, Italy. They are known for beauty, dependability, just a workhorse of a machine, no matter what you get, and also innovation. Machines like the KB90 espresso machine with the straight-in locking portafilters and scales in the drip tray, auto flush. You've got the classic Linea. You've got the Linea PB with this features that are just kind of designed for the nerdy espresso geek out there, the barista of today, to really control their extractions. You've got the Leva manually controlled espresso machine. There's lots of different machines to fit your coffee shop. So reach out to them. info@lamarzocousa.com. Their sales folks will help you get situated with the right gear, as well as going to lamarzocousa.com. Of course, that's where you can go to learn all about this wonderful company and the machines they have produced to help you create a wonderful coffee shop experience that you can count on. So again, check them out, lamarzocousa.com. Now, today's episode is also brought to you by Rattleware. Rattleware.com is where you can go to find just smallwares that work. Smallwares that work means you can work. You can't work with things that don't work, right? Knock boxes, not really functional. Your shot glasses suck. Your whisks don't whisk. There is a lot of stuff that can really annoy you every day if you're using this hundreds and maybe thousands of times a day. Really busy if you're doing it thousands of times a day, but it is a big deal. And that's what Rattleware just is focused on, is making sure they're in the background helping you shine with their smallware. So check them out again over at rattleware.com. Now, today I wanted to talk about something that I think is going to be, it's common sense, I think. As you can see, if you're on YouTube, I have my bag here. Going to have a lift ride out to Wisconsin pretty soon here to train some folks over at Hiker Coffee, and good people over there getting ready to open their first brick and mortar, doing barista training. And one of the things that is going to be talked about during this barista training, on top of just doing drink drills and making the menu and having just a great time getting the team together to get ready to serve people. It's the first step in a long, years-long journey. And this is a critical time where you kind of get the first impression of what it is to be a barista in this particular context. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, is context, where we in the industry tend to hyper focus on the things that are new, the things that are innovative in some ways, that are just interesting to us. We become very expert and super familiar with the things that are basically just the inside baseball of our industry. And we aren't as familiar, though, with how to create effective moments in the cafe for the people that come into the cafe. So often we use the idea of education as a way of describing what we want to do for people. We want to educate them about specialty coffee. We want to, almost coax them and cajole them to this idea of, you should like what we like, and here's how we're going to make that happen. And there is room for having a unique take on coffee for your brand and attracting your customers. But what I don't want to have us continue to do in the industry, what I see us do, is leave the customer behind. And also leave the barista behind, because we're educating baristas often on some of the stuff that, if we're honest, it doesn't matter to the customer. This is one of those things that I say often when people talk about automation. They say super automatic espresso machines, for example, will free the barista up to do the engagement with the customer, to focus on customer service. And my argument is always, the service that we offer customers is making coffee. It's not our sparkling personalities, and it's not even the storytelling. And I joke that it's like no customer has ever written on Yelp, I would have given this 5 stars, except there wasn't enough storytelling. Um, it's usually the basics, and we don't. It's not the most attractive part of our job to reinforce the basics and maintain excellence in the basics. But that's what it's about. And the only way you can know that you're really doing well in the basics is, first of all, get over the idea that you need to advance beyond the basics, because the basics are what your guests rely on you for. And so if you start to think you're too cool to focus on the basics, then you'll start losing control of those things and creating excuses for why people don't like what you do. And it can't possibly be that you aren't doing a good job with the quality of how you prepare espresso, or you're not giving great hospitality or customer service, or your onboarding and training systems are not very good. It can't be any of those things. It's got to be, the way the stars and the planets are aligned, or this particular, socioeconomic time in our human history. But anything to get around the idea that maybe we flubbed it on something that was so basic that we never thought to reinforce it. And that's really why we need to focus on basics all the time and familiarize ourselves with what it looks like to provide the best customer service and hospitality and consistent quality in a way that is effective. Effective means it creates the desired result. The desired result is repeat business. People are enjoying themselves. For baristas, the thing that you should be trying to create for them is an environment where the work, though hard, is sustainably it's going to be difficult, but it's not so difficult that something feels like it's wrong. And it's rewarding, and you are able to create an environment where people are able to receive, maybe from you in the way that you draw the line between their work and the result. They're able to receive the reward of their work beyond just their paycheck. They can feel the effectiveness of their work, and the customer can feel the effectiveness of your choice of coffee, the way that you have extracted it, the way that you have served it. They are better for having gone to your place, or they are better for having worked in your place. That is an effective thing. And so we want to focus on those things, the basics. And doing that means we need to put ourselves in the world of those people and first make our decisions around how they will win if we make this decision, and not how we will feel good about ourselves if we make this decision, and then everybody can just try to catch up with us because we're going places, baby. We're, that's not going to be really the best business strategy, I think. So here's a call back to basics. It's not really a call to, give up basics once you get them really down, but to create a system and an approach that says, we want to put ourselves in our customers' shoes, in our barista's shoes, and create a place and an experience that is rewarding. And ultimately, what that leads to is you feel rewarded, you feel fulfilled, your business thrives because you've met the needs. These are basic needs of people that are part of what makes up your business. That's what your business is. It's an intersection of groups of people, all who have various expectations. And when they converge in the right ways, that's where the magic happens. And it all starts at that basic level. So that's what I have to talk about today. I hope that you are encouraged by that, and perhaps you're challenged. I would encourage you to just start small, but be consistent and keep focused. It's a new year, new opportunities. I know you can do it. So I'm off to do some training, and I hope that you have an amazing day. We'll see you here next week on another edition of Shift Break, from keys to the shop.